Healing is messy. Healing is often not cute. Healing brings you to places that you would much rather avoid talking about, but you have to revisit to heal those open wounds. And healing is not a destination. Healing is a process. So if you are in the process of healing, understanding what happened to you, to really center your wellness and your well-being and putting yourself first, this video is for you. Welcome to my channel. My name is Marissa Price. I am a Black woman social worker, healer, and educator, sharing my authentic story, the things that I have learned, the knowledge I have to help us all collectively heal. So please subscribe to my channel, please like this video, and please share your experiences below if any of this resonates with you. So healing, right? Healing is not this sexy thing that it's marketed as. Healing really takes us to the places that we would much rather avoid, right? It requires us to visit very painful memories often, and it's a slow process. It's a process that happens over time. As you gain new information, as you interact in the world, you realize, oh my gosh, I have a lot of wounds that I have not tended to, and this is why I'm showing up this way in life. So healing, what does healing even mean? For me, healing means evolving, right? That's the closest thing that I can really have a synonym for it, right? Healing means evolving into your highest self, going back, realizing the wounds that you've had along the way, that other people have given you, that society has given you. We know that we come here as full beings, not questioning ourselves, knowing who we are fully. And then along the way, right, society pokes holes into us to the point where we get to adulthood. And now we have all of these things that we have to heal from. It can be very overwhelming. So healing for me is revisiting those over time, giving myself time, space, and patience to really reflect on the places that I have been hurt and who hurt me, right? Actually putting a label to it, being honest about it with myself. Shout out to Coach Yolanda. I will link her channel in the description section. But she tells us that it's crucial that you are at least honest with yourself. If you are honest with no one else, if you're not ready to share, that's okay. Telling yourself the truth is crucial. And this can look like journaling, voice noting, right? Writing in your notes app, talking to yourself, right? This is often frowned upon in society, but really, this is talking to myself, right? I have a camera in front of me, but I'm actually talking through this with myself to understand what I'm going through. So healing means evolving to me. Healing means bravely going back and combing through those experiences that I've had over the past 30 years of my life that have really harmed me, and realizing the wounds that they have made, and understanding how they're showing up in my interactions today in adulthood, in relationships with people, right? In environments. How are these wounds impacting how I'm interacting with people? That is part of healing for me. And I would love to know in the comments what healing means to you. What does it look like for you? Because we can really learn so much from each other. I know I learned so much from reading your comments and applying it to my own life, right? What does healing mean? It's often this really vague word that we see out there, but what does it mean to you? I would love to know. And how do we begin to heal? How do we begin to heal? I think the first thing for me has been revisiting who I was as a child. Picking those parts of myself back up that I lost along the way. Shout out to my book of affirmations, Cocoon, which I'll link in the description section. But really retrieving those parts and realizing it's not too late. Understanding that who I was wonderful and fabulous this entire time, but I was in the wrong environments. for most of my life. Most of my life. And again, as children, we do not have the agency or autonomy to remove ourselves from harmful environments, so we will internalize the treatment that we're experiencing, especially if we have been bullied, which I was. We internalize how people talk to us, how people ostracize us as something is wrong with us, and then we begin to shrink or contort ourselves or change ourselves into something that would bring us safety. Right? This is a survival tactic. And so part of healing has been me realizing how often I have done that and how often I'm still doing that, even though I don't have to as an adult anymore. I'm still stuck in that pattern because that's what pattern I was in when my brain was developing during those really formative years of shrinking myself, of trying to, predict what someone wanted me to be, and then morphing myself into that, even if that's not who I really am. So healing has been reclaiming my authentic self by revisiting who I was in childhood, right? Going back and getting little me, all the versions of little me, telling her all along the way that she was enough, picking back up my hobbies, my interests that I love doing as a child, whether that is drawing, journaling, writing, going outside and looking at the trees, right? Simple things like that in life. Reclaiming those parts of myself to begin healing and telling myself again that I'm enough. I'm enough, right? And just breathing in that. Another way that I've been healing is breathing. Those of us who have been in traumatic environments before, we often hold our breath. We often hold our breath. We're often bracing for something to come our way. I know that living in a household where the emotions were unpredictable a lot, I hold my breath. As soon as I get stressed, as soon as I sense some emotional instability in my environment, I will hold my breath because I'm not sure what to expect. I go right back into childhood me who did this to protect herself as a survival mechanism. How that manifests physically is headaches, migraines. I am a migraine sufferer. I have migraine with aura, so I will lose vision in one of my eyes when a migraine attack comes. And usually what leads up to that is me holding my breath. Me holding my breath and not giving enough oxygen to my brain, and so my body reacts by having a migraine attack. So breathing, intentionally breathing, seeking out breath work exercises that I am able to do. Re-embodiment has been pivotal in this, realizing when I am holding my breath. Because a lot of us move so quickly through life, we don't even realize that we're holding our breath. And the impact that that's having on our bodies. We need oxygen to survive. It sounds simple, but when you again are used to holding your breath as a survival mechanism, if you are a trauma survivor, it's not that simple. It's not that simple because we have had to leave our bodies, right, to survive. This is called dissociation. If you had to leave your body, so it feels almost like you're floating above your body sometimes, to survive the toxic environment that you're in, you likely experience dissociation. And one of the impacts of that is you may be disconnected from your body. So breath work is pivotal to begin to come back into your body, recognize the sensations of your body, when you need to breathe, when you've been holding your breath, so that you can begin healing, right? We need oxygen to begin to process the emotions that we've been holding in, that we've been suppressing, often for years. Right? To revisit those times, we need breath. Breath is pivotal. It sounds basic, and it is, but it can be really difficult to breathe. Right? So just acknowledging that I need breath to survive, to heal, to continue my healing journey has been really pivotal for me. Another way that I've been healing is by placing the blame on people, places, and things that actually cause me harm, and removing that blame from myself, right? A lot of us will, again, internalize what happened to us. Something is wrong with me. What did I do? We'll begin to gaslight ourselves. Did I really experience that? Did I really feel that? Did she really say that to me? And part of healing is recognizing that, yeah, you did go through that, and no, you're not making it up. It's telling yourself and trusting in what you're hearing, experiencing, and feeling. And sometimes those initial feelings we have require deeper reflection and interrogation, which is real. But get curious about those initial feelings that you have. Those are real. What's happening beneath the surface, right? Why are you feeling this way? Is something in your environment kind of triggering that response? It can be helpful to keep a log of this through like a journal, voice noting, something like this, so you can go back and realize the patterns, the places that you're in, the people you're around when you begin to experience those feelings. Another way that I'm healing is traveling. So traveling has brought me around new people, places, outside of the very hectic, I think hectic is the word, pace of living in the US, which is where I'm from, which is where I was born, right? The US is where I was born. It has a very, very hectic, fast pace for no reason. People are in a rush all the time. And so being in a new country outside of that environment has really allowed me to heal my nervous system. Slowly but surely. It's a slow process. Sometimes it's a process that takes everything out of you to begin to realize that I have been in this fight or flight, freeze, fawn mode for most of my life. And I can come out of that now. Coming out of that is not an easy process at all. Even getting to the point where you realize, where you're bringing your awareness to the fact that you're in that survival mode, can take a lot of energy, right? So it's important to bring your awareness to that. But that's one of the ways that I'm healing. Traveling, exploring new places. Solo travel has been pivotal in healing, in me trusting myself again. After coming out of a very toxic work environment where my whole sense of self, the world around me was put into question, now I can begin to really lean into trusting myself through travel as I heal. So those are just some of the ways that I am healing. Like I said, healing is not cute a lot. It's not fun. It's not sexy where we can put like an advertisement on it, although we see it everywhere as it being marketed like that. Behind the scenes, it's raw. It takes you to, again, memories that a lot of us would much rather avoid than sit with. That discomfort can be a lot. And that's when I say community is essential. Community of other people who are going through what you're going through. Therapy, I will list therapy resources in the description section. The more that you can get around people who are also going through this, who are safe, who can be a sounding board in those moments where it just feels like, I can't do this anymore. I can't heal anymore. I can't do it. That's real. Having that support system is very crucial. And I hope that this channel can serve as a support system, right? A safe place for us to share what we're going through as we are healing. And so I would love if you would subscribe to this channel, like this video, and please comment below with your experiences if you can relate to any of these things that I have shared as I am on my healing journey and as I'm realizing healing is a journey, again, and not a destination. There is no point that we arrive healed. It is a lifelong process and evolution. All right, y'all. Until next time. Bye. Healing is hard. Healing is messy. Healing is not cute. In this video, I'm going to talk about what healing actually looks like. The real side of healing that people don't often want to talk about. It's not sexy, but it's real. And we're going to get into it. All right. Thank you for watching this channel. and scene.